Hello, I'm Charles Franco Lavorowitz, and this is my cohort, Sean the Big Bad Bulldog Smithy. And we're here to talk to you about things that we love, hate, and despise.
It's a start.
But seriously, we're Brock and Brunner, and this is our first video blog of the new year.
Even though it's September,
Still the first.
still the first one. Even though the year's not that new anymore.
It's not that old either.
But
Still less than a year old.
Yeah.
You remember when you were less than a year old?
I do. Those were the good old days.
That's weird that you remember that.
I think we decided to call this Morning Glory. Because hopefully
it's morning, obviously.
we post it sometime in the morning, which I don't know that that's going to happen, but you can watch it in the morning. So if it's not the morning, stop watching now and watch it later, because that would also give us more views.
Stop watching.
So,
Stopwatch.
yeah. But this one might look a little thrown together, but that's only because that it is. We don't have our set fully built yet, so we're still working on it. But
We've been working on it for three weeks or so.
it's going to be pretty awesome when we're done with it.
Yeah.
So we thought, we're gonna create this vlog and take an opportunity to talk about certain issues, certain things. Maybe some of them serious, maybe some of them not so serious. So I think the first one, I had this thought in the summer, and I bounced it off Matt, and it bounced off him and came back to me
Because I'm so fat.
with kind of a stamp of approval. So
I have a stamp on my fat.
we're gonna tackle this issue.
Like rugby.
In this issue, let's scrum in rugby. We're gonna scrum this issue. That sounds weird. We'll make it work. We're gonna scrum this issue, and that issue being song lyrics. If we look back in history, songs used to be something that were deep and meaningful. I mean, if you take old hymns like Come Thou Fount, or Amazing Grace, Be Thou My Vision, I mean, those songs have meaning. Even songs in the 60s, I mean, we take those, a lot of songs had meaning to them. They were talking about something in particular. But if we
Substance, like drugs.
Right, I mean, the Beatles.
Obviously. Best.
If you take song lyrics from today, though, they are void of all meaning. Not only the song itself has no meaning, but the individual sentences that make up the lyrics are void of meaning.
Really, there are very few actual sentences, even. Just a lot of incomplete thoughts, incomplete phrases that really, are void of meaning.
They are. They're profane.
Some of them. Lots of them.
Let's take this lyric, for example. Shaking my hips like yeah. First of all, that has no meaning. Second of all, it makes no sense. How can you shake your hips like yeah? You could shake your hips like a hippopotamus. You could shake your hips like anything but yeah.
It could be that there's a person named Yeah. I mean, maybe she mispronounced John Ye's last name. Maybe she thought it was John Yeah, and she shakes her hips like John Ye. And so I shake my hips like yeah, but she actually meant yay. She just didn't know because...
See, but when you say that, I automatically think of yeah! A phrase of excitement.
Yeah.
Shake my hips like yeah!
Seems like
Shake my hips like yay!
Yeah. I'm just trying to make sense of it.
I mean, that's the problem, Matt. You can't.
It's true.
I've stayed up many a night trying to make sense of it.
He has. I'm now roommates with him, if you didn't know, and yeah, he'll just sit there and stare. And So now I know why he was staring. Is he was trying to figure out songs.
Deep thinker. What can I say?
It's true. Deep sleeper too. I tried to wake him up once. Hit him in the head with a sledgehammer. Didn't even move.
That's probably because you hit me in the head with a hammer.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. See, that song has meaning.
Well, you were telling me an example earlier.
I whip my hair back and forth.
I whip my hair back and forth. That one, at least, you can do that. You can whip your hair back and forth. But what is the meaning of that?
And why do you have to repeat it over and over? I whip my hair
It's
back and
more,
forth.
today's songs is more of just getting lyrics that fit a beat than actually have lyrics that mean something. It's all about the beat in today's music.
It's true.
It's
And
nothing
we're beating
about the
it to
meaning.
death, really.
We are. We're just beating that to death. If we were to make a graph of the evolution of man, not that I believe in evolution, but I will use it as an example. So we started as single-cell organisms, correct? And we have evolved from that to multi-cell, simple organisms, more complex, leading up to human beings.
Because we are awesome.
And I feel if we were to zoom in on that timeline and break it down into the decades of the 1900s, we would see that we continued to evolve until about the mid-90s. And then we start having these songs, such as Shaking My Hips Like Yeah, and that just shows that the human race has begun to de-evolve. We are heading back down the evolutionary chain, and we are soon to become single-celled organisms again.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's scientifically possible, but I see it happening.
I think it's because we're going to all end up in prison.
It's possible.
We will all be in a single cell.
Our brain function is becoming lower and lower, so we're doing stupid things, which get us thrown in prison, and we're writing songs that make no sense, but we still enjoy them, which makes no sense.
And what's sobering and humbling for the both of us is being 90s kids. Like, that was when we grew up, and that's when the decline started. That to me is sad, because I consider myself like Brock, a deep thinker, a very intellectual human being, and I would never write lyrics such as I whip my hair back and forth, or I'm sexy and I know it, even though I am and I do, not respectively, but I just feel that our generation as a whole is a very sad representation of me as an individual.
Well, this has been our first vlog as Brock and Brunner, Morning Glory. So I hope you enjoyed it.
You know you're impressed.
Yeah, who wouldn't be? So as we should clarify, I've often wondered if this gets confusing. We call ourselves Brock and Brunner, but I often just refer to Brunner here as Matt, because that is his first name. So for clarification purposes, I'm Brock, and he is Matt Brunner. Brock and Brunner. So thanks for watching.